Friends, a warm welcome to this third part of the video on MyUnicator. So in the previous videos, we talked about the company's product and services, its moat, the future growth levers, and the competition and threat the company faces. We also saw about the company's management. Now in this last video, we will talk about the company's financials. We will do a quick analysis on the company's qualitative growth, and then we will see if the company is worth an investment. So let's talk about the financials. If you see from March 18, from FY18 to FY19 and FY20, there is a degrowth in the company's revenue. And this is for obvious reason. In FY20, because of the global slowdown, because of the economic slowdown in India, as well as the automotive industry, as well as the footwear industry, faced a lot of disruption. And that's the reason that there is a degrowth in FY20 from FY19. FY21, because of the COVID, there were a lot of disruptions. Automotive industries were majorly impacted. Similarly, footwear industries is also majorly impacted. Because of a lot of work from home, the products for the boots, shoes, the high-end lady chappals, that has gone down. And as a result, there is a degrowth if you see in the Mayur in FY21 as well. So this figure is up to December 20. So these are the reasons for that. Let's talk about the operating profit of the company. So again, uh, tracking the trend for the overall revenue, the operating profit is also shown a degrowth from FY18 to FY19 and FY20. But in the trailing 12 months of FY21, it is coming back to the normalcy. And if you see the margin, it is around 23%. It was around 26% in FY18, and now it is around 23%. So company has probably lost some operating margin, and that's because of the revenue degrowth. It is expected that company's operating margin will remain stable at this 23% level, or may go ahead or may increase further once the supplies to the BMW and Mercedes-Benz stabilizes and the revenue starts coming in. But 23% profit margin is again a very good indicator. Let's talk about the net profit. Net profit margin is around 17% in the trailing 12 month. The net profit is around 76 crore rupees. And again, it has shown a trend of degrowth from FY18 to FY 2021 because of the reasons that we discussed earlier. But again, when we talk about the operating margin of around 23%, the profit margin of around 17%, these are very good numbers. Let's see the key ratios. So the current market price for the Mayur Unicator is around 500 rupees. The current market cap is 2,100 crores. So the company is a kind of a small cap company. Its current PE is around 27, whereas the 5-year median PE is around 21. So it is commanding some premium over its 5-year median. It is over its 5-year median PE, but the reason for the high current PE is also depressed or deflated, the profits in FY20 and FY21 due to the economic slowdown as well as the pandemic-led disruptions. From FY22 onwards, once the things comes back to the normal and once the supplies to Mercedes-Benz and BMW starts, probably the PE should also fall in line with the EPS should increase and PE should also fall in line with its 5-year average trend. The industry PE is 25. The receivable days are around 98. So this is again, I will not say it's a very good number, but it's a decent number. And the 5-year stock price CAGR is just 3%. So company's stock has not been moved, but if you see its last 1-year trend, or last 2 years trends, the stock has shown a significant movement. In fact, during March 20 lockdown, the company's stock has gone down to the level of 156 rupees, and now currently it is trading around 500 rupees. So probably it has increased by 3 times in last couple of years. And the reason for the same is again the increased client base, and the market is hoping that companies PU based synthetic leather Company's PU-based synthetic leather will able to garner its more is able to garner its more market share. So Mayur has a promoter holding of around 61%. So promoter has a good stake in the company, and there is no promoter pledge. Promoter pledge is a 0%. Sorry, this is a typo. Promoter pledge is a 0%. The operating margin of around 20% and the net profit margin of around 15 to 16% are also very good numbers. Debt to equity is 0.09, which is almost nil. So company is a complete debt-free company, and company did not avail any moratorium for its debt in the last year when when the lockdown was announced. It means that company has a very strong liquid position. Company is having a good operating cash flow. It is able to maintain the positive operating cash flow for past 3-4 years, and currently it has a good liquidity in terms of the cash and bank balances. In fact, on the net debt level, company is a zero debt company. So this is again a very good sign. The return on equity is around 15%. 5-year return on equity is around 20%. So it has gone down probably in last 1 year again because of the disruptions and the slowdown that we saw earlier. The dividend yield of the company is 0.82%. So company is paying good amount of dividend to its shareholders and its stakeholders. So dividend yield of 0.82% is again a very good number. So overall, on the company's financials, we saw that the companies has shown a revenue degrowth from FY18 because of the pandemic-led disruptions, because of the economic slowdown. The auto industry and footwear industry is significantly impacted because of these disruptions. Tracking the trend of revenue, profitability on the operating as well as net front has also fallen, but it is able to maintain a good profit margin around 23% at the operating level and around 16% at the net profit level, which is again a very good number. Company is a debt-free company. At a net debt level, it is a zero debt company. It is maintaining a very good dividend yield. It has strong cash and bank balances, and it is having a good operating cash flow. It is having the positive operating cash flow for last 3 years. So these are, on the company financials and its ratios. Now let's do a qualitative analysis for the company. Does the company have a identified consumer monopoly? Yes, we saw companies having murky clients under its belt. It is catering to various segments, and it is having the premium clients as its customer. So yes, we can say that. What is the chance that it will be replaced in next 20 years or it will get obsolete? I don't think so. The company has a good amount of survival chances in next 20 years. Do you understand how it works? We saw that the company is catering into the artificial leather industries, PVC and PU-based leather. It is catering to automotive, footwear, garment, and furnishing industry. So we know which industry it works. Does the business have consistent operating history? Yes. Mr. Suresh Kumar Poddar, the managing director, is having around 3 to 4 decades of experience in the industry. He is looking after the production, R&D, and he is the man behind getting, negotiating with the customers and getting good customers under company's belt. So it has good operating history. Talking to companies' earning per share history, we saw that from 2018 to 2020, there is a kind of a degrowth, but then this is going to get improved from 2022 onwards once the situation normalizes and companies start supplying to the Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and also the automotive industry as well as the footwear industry basically comes out from the slump. Is the company consistently earning high return on shareholder equity? We saw that 5 years it is 20% median. In last year it was around 15-16%. So this is a decent number, and I think company should be able to maintain that or should be able to improve on that going ahead. Company loaded with the debt, it is zero debt company. It did not even avail the moratorium, that was provided by the banks in the last in the last lockdown. And it is having a good cash and liquidity position. It is having a positive operating cash flows. Are retains earning free to invested in the new business or repurchase to company share? Company has announced buyback last year. It has also announced buyback around 2 years back. So company is distributing its cash among the shareholders either in the form of a dividend or in the form of the buyback. At the same time, company is also investing into the PU-based plant, which is started in 2021. So company is maintaining a fine balance between the two. So yes, company's earnings are free to invest it to expand the business. It is also paying part of its revenue to the shareholders, either in the form of dividend or in the form of buybacks. Is company free to adjust price for inflation? To some extent, but crude is the major raw material. So if the crude price increases, increases to a greater extent, then probably it can impact the company's profitability. Let's talk about the company's management. Is management rational? Is management candid with its shareholders? Are there any legal issues with the management or company? We didn't find so. In fact, management is candid with its shareholders. You hear the quarterly conference calls or maybe the annual conference calls that company is holding, and we feel that company is transparently disclosing the data about its financials, about its business to the shareholders and stakeholders. So in terms of management, we saw it's a good quality management. Mr. Suresh Poddar, we saw is the man behind, in the growth of the company. And we didn't see that there are, teething legal issues, or we didn't find any legal issues with the management or company. So let's talk about the summary, right? So Mayur Unicators is having a top quality producer with it is having a strong clientele. It has having in-house R&D, focus on margin, focus on export clients, addition of Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, MG Motors as new client, and it is also pouring into the PU synthetic leather to aid future growth. So this is the overall summary for the Mayur Unicator. Let's see, is the company worth the investment, right? With a PU plant ramp up, commencement of Mercedes business, BMW business to be expected towards the FY22 end, ability to pass to higher raw material cost to some extent, strong earning growth, right, can be estimated in the near future. Also, you can expect a good split on ratio, strong cash position, and consistent handsome payout to the shareholders. It has done in past, we can expect in the future. But the question is, at current market price, is company offering a good entry point? I will say Mayur is a small scale company. It is basically Mayur is a small cap business company. Okay, its stock has run up quite a lot in next couple of years. But being a quality company, I will advise that share can be accumulated over a period of time in a staggered manner. And if there are dips, basically those dips should be used to purchase more and more share of the company. At current market price, its PE is at premium to its 5-year PE, as well as the current market price of 520 offers a little amount of safety. But then, being a quality company, the advice will be, it could be accumulated in a staggered manner. But do your own research, consult your financial planner, assess your financial profile, risk profile, and goals before you make a call on Mayur Unicator shares. This is not again a buy recommendation. You are expected to do your homework before you take a position in the company. With this, we come to end of this video. Thanks for hearing me out, friends. Please subscribe to my video. Please like the video. Please spread a word among your friends and have a good day. Thanks a lot.